Hey, what's up guys? This is Mike Paganelli. I'm a DJ with C-Zone Entertainment, and I've been with C-Zone since, longer than I can remember. It's been at least 15, 16 years at this point. I was lucky enough to meet Greg early on in the C-Zone empire, and we just hit it off. I had actually interviewed with every other major entertainment company around town at that time, and nobody had the same passion for music and the same philosophy as I did, as Greg. We just hit it off on that note. And it's all about just providing a great performance of music for the people, and it's not about being the center of attention, but you also want to create that unbelievable party for everybody. So we hit it off on that note, and it's been a wild ride ever since. I actually got into DJing early on back in high school. My older brother started taking me to clubs in New York City, and I just fell in love with the music, which is somewhat ironic because I grew up sitting around the campfire with my family just playing classics on the guitar, and that's what really taught me about music. And then later on in life I started going to clubs, and I learned this whole new sound of music, and I just fell in love with the idea of being able to mix these sounds together and bring these new sounds to people, you know. Well, yeah, when I first learned to DJ, it was all about mixing house records and matching tempos and beats and having a seamless mix throughout the night, which is really easy to do when you're just mixing house records in a club all night. But my passion for music included all those classics I grew up with around the fire, and my grandmother playing Ella Fitzgerald on the piano when I was a little kid. And I wanted to bring that technique into the night and work that club style into mixing all those genres together and make it a seamless night of music for everybody, from somebody who's 10 to 110, and just make it all seamless and be a great party. So yeah, my main thing when I meet with the bride and groom is to kind of get to know them personally. I think that being a good wedding DJ is, or just a DJ in general, for any kind of party, whatever the atmosphere may be. Of course, when it's a wedding, you want to think about the bride and groom first, and then their guests, of course, all in the room having a good time. And the main thing is to get to know them personally, so that I can match up with their personality, because I feel like I love all music, all personalities of music. So if I can get to know the people, then I can match the personality of the music for that night, for them and for their crowd, and that just makes for the best night possible. So really just getting to know them personally, what their intentions are, if they want, you know, a lower key night, or if they want an absolute rager. Do they want a broad mix of music? Do they want more classics? Do they want more current? Do they want more hip hop, EDM, country, reggae, whatever the case may be? Just kind of getting to know that, because I know and love all that. So getting to know them will help me kind of hone in on where to bring the music for that night for them. And then of course within that, being flexible to read the crowd and work in the moment and shoot off the hip, and do the best thing for the crowd at that moment, at that time, for the night. That's the whole recipe for success. But it all starts with the conversation with the bride and groom at that initial consultation. What's their personality? What do they want? You know, what do they like about music? And then I can take that around. All right. Well, you know, between weddings and corporate events, we do both. And I think the key is to really be able to do all of it and do all of it well, and it really comes down to knowing a broad range of music and knowing the people. When you're doing a wedding, you need to know the crowd, but you want to have a little bit of a specific focus on the bride and groom, because you do want to personalize and customize that night to their personal taste. That's what makes it unique. That makes it their wedding. Otherwise, it's just another wedding where you're just playing to the crowd. course you're gonna play to the crowd, but you do wanna personalize it and customize it to that couple. At a corporate event, you know, kind of the key is, I think, music being the equalizer to just let people let their guard down, you know. They're normally working together, more serious, and then they can finally let loose and have a good time. And two people that maybe don't chat a lot at the office are dancing to the same song, realize that they like the same type of music. All of a sudden, you know, that creates a different bond and opens people up, I think, which is great for corporate and even family events. You know, sometimes you might have a extended family that doesn't see each other a lot, and everyone's a little shy and off guard, and then you get some music going and people break down the walls, and that's the great equalizer, and that's what I love about music, whether it's wedding, corporate, family, birthday, just bringing people together like that. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love what we do. I mean, honestly, the way I find new music is just living my life. We're lucky enough to live in a digital age. I have satellite radio. I mean, this is probably not good for the video, but it's my cheat. I freaking listen to satellite radio. I have constantly juggling through stations on satellite radio. I want to hear every new song that's coming out in every new genre, every freaking day. Like, that's how much I love it. As much as I love the old stuff, I'm always looking for something new. And I want to know how I can work it all together and how it all builds off each other. Like the whole, you know, history of music fascinates me, and we're living in the history right now. We're in the moment. So I want to know what kind of history is being created right now in every genre, you know? And so I'm always listening for new stuff. And then when I hear something that grabs my attention, I'm gonna take it into my library and I'm gonna figure out how to work it into something that's old or something that's nostalgic and open people's eyes to something that's new, you know? I mean, I would say one thing that's personal to me is that I was doing what I do now and kind of being at the forefront of the party as a DJ. You do have to kind of take that lead role at times, of course without being overbearing. But it's a little unusual because for most of my life I was actually a very shy person. So music is something that's enabled me to open up and kind of come out of my shell. And so something that's very personal to me as a DJ is to be able to provide that platform for other people that maybe are also shy and a little uneasy to come out of their shell, but then to create an environment through the power of music that enables them to break down their walls and come out of their shell and not be so shy and all of a sudden be having a good time and not being worried about whatever they might have been worried about, you know, before they were dancing with somebody that they were worried to talk to 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden everybody's having a good time. Yeah, in the industry there's all kinds of entertainment companies, and every team has a different energy and a sort of different philosophy, but without a doubt, C-Zone is the company that has the right philosophy for me, and that's why I've been with the company for so long and why I hit it off with Greg right away. As the owner, he just believes in the power of great music and providing that platform for people without trying to be the center of attention. And it's all about making the people on your dance floor have a good time. It's not about you having a good time, but if you're that kind of DJ, if everyone on your dance floor is having a great time, of course you will be as well. But it's not about you, it's about them first, and then you know, you'll have a great time on top of that. So that's the philosophy that he believes in and that the team believes in, and that's what I believe in. So that's why, you know, I'll never leave. All right, yeah, I mean, one of the things I love to do as a DJ is to surprise people on the dance floor with a mix of a different age of music, whether it be from a different decade or a different style, particularly different styles that you might not think would work well together, and then, you know, being able to work the turntables and create either a loop or like a tease of melody, and then bring a beat in and have it go well. Like a Macklemore song over a Stevie Wonder, and then into Frankie Valli, you know, into the Bee Gees or something like that. And it sounds crazy, but if you do it right, it actually works well and keeps people rocking. So that's something I love to do. Yeah, I would say one of the things that I like about my personal style of DJing is that I love to use original records. The same record that somebody heard in 1973 off that Stevie Wonder album, that's the same one that I'm mixing into the party. And a lot of newer DJs will work these remixes that are remixed so that the tempo is exactly the same, but on that original record, the tempo fluctuates and it's a real human performance. And I want to work that human performance and that original feel into the night. So I use the original records, and I'll just use my ear to kind of match it up and loop a bass line over, even if it's over something new that maybe has been produced in 2017 and has a very standard beat. I'll listen to that bass line, that Stevie Wonder bass line, and just loop it in and just tweak it just so that it just matches up perfect, and then makes this amazing blend of music that people have never heard before, bringing together old and new. And that's what I love about doing it.